Hello, everyone. Please join your hands in front of your heart and bow. Hello, hello. This morning, I would like us to start with a short meditation, and it's entitled Love and Peace. And I took it literally from Aya Kema, and she gave it in 1991, so a long time ago. So it's love and peace, and for the first time, I will stick to her script because it's so very beautiful. So I invite you now to take posture in which you can meditate for about 15 minutes. Be comfortable, spine straight. You can also do it while lying down, feeling very comfortable. And when you are ready, you can close your eyes. And put your attention on the breath for a few moments. And for the rest of the meditation, just follow my instructions as best as you can, not overthinking them. Put your attention on the breath for a few more moments. And on your next in-breath, fill yourself with peace. Let the breath bring you peace and fill you with it. Every in-breath, fill yourself with peace. Now with every out breath. Breathe out love. When you are filled with peace, it's easy to love. Let the peace come in with the in breath. Let the love go out with the out breath. And as you breathe out love, let this love that you breathe out from your heart surround you, embrace you, cover you. Keep on breathing in peace, breathing out love, wrapping yourself with love. And now breathe out love into this world and to every person who is present here. It can be here meditating together or people also present in your room. Breathing in peace, feeling yourself, breathing out love for everyone here. And now that you are completely filled with peace, you can breathe out love and peace and let it go to the surroundings here, animals and people, nature, the sky, the stars and moon. Breathing peace and breathe out love and peace to all of your environment, people, and everything that exists around us. Now think of someone you would like to give the gift of love and peace. Imagine that person sitting in front of you. Fill yourself with peace. Then breathe out, breathe it out to that person, filling him or her with love and peace. Now think of all the people you would like to give the gift of love and peace. Imagine them sitting in front of you, standing, if it's a big crowd, lining up. Imagine them in front of you and fill yourself with peace. Then breathe out that peace to those persons, filling them with love and peace. Now think of a person that you consider difficult. Imagine that person sitting in front of you and give him or her the gift of your peace. Share your peace with him or her. Radiating peace out. Now use the strength of your heart and breathe out love and peace as far as it goes. Imagine people anywhere at all, in your country, in your town, all looking for love and peace. Give it to them. Go as far as possible. Your town, your country, next town, next country, all over the world and beyond. And now think of your daily duties and fill them with that quality of your heart, so that when you continue your day, this quality pervades in everything you do. And now, finally, for a few moments, just abide with yourself, with that quality of peace and love. And having given yourself up completely, Take your time. Whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes again. That's the feel-good practice, right? You just want to keep going. You can use it as a concentration practice. This is a metta practice, love and kindness practice. Metta practice, one of the 4 Brahma Viharas. And in this kind of practice, as you see, we consider everyone, including ourselves. We deserve as much as others to receive love and peace. And often, in our current status of the world, we can feel helpless. We don't know what to do to help. We can do this kind of practice. It looks like nothing like useless, but it's not that useless. First, you transform yourself, your heart state, your mind state, you're calm. So then when you're in, it's very difficult when you are in this state of mind that suddenly get angry again. If someone comes to you and is a bit agitated, then there is inside yourself, due to that practice, there is a kind of momentum or an inertia that brings these qualities still, even if the practice has stopped, still out, actually. And most probably the other person will come at you and just will calm himself or herself down just by this proximity. So there is this invisible effect, but yes, it's there. You're welcome. Thanks to Aya Kema and for her cultivation and for her gift. Yes. So we can do something for ourselves and for others, even if it looks like we are just sitting in our room without nobody around, like it's not doing anything, but it has an influence. How do I know? Because I see it in my life, my own life. And because this is a cultivation of good karma, good results. Yes, and there is, I want to read you something. And the Buddha kept practicing and giving away. Yes, this is this chant, but I already talked about it. I won't chant, I just read it. It's just if you are a bit busy, you do not have time to sit in formal meditation, and that sitting posture, then you can learn this chant, those words, and just recite them. It also calms the mind. Sometimes I remember when I was going through very difficult mind state and just showering and then just keeping in mind or repeating in this text. It's about the 4 Brahma Viharas. It's called Suffusion with the Divine Abiding. And it's about radiating. So that's why you radiate the quality of the heart in front on the first, it says first quarter of space, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter of space. And it says, I will abide, pervading 1 quarter, with a mind imbued with love and kindness. Likewise the second, likewise the third, and likewise the fourth. So above and below, around and everywhere, and to all as to myself. I will abide, pervading the all-encompassing world, with a mind imbued with love and kindness, abundant, exalted, immeasurable, without hostility and without ill will. And then the rest of the chant is about the 3 other divine abiding that are: you replace love and kindness with compassion, with gladness, with equanimity. Right, so it gives you 4 paragraphs, 1 for each, and it also gives you the outline of a normal metta meditation. Like you arose the property you would like to radiate, like love and kindness. Then you have to irradiate all around you, including everyone and yourself. Don't forget yourself, everywhere. And then it says pervading the all-encompassing world. So meaning that you take everyone, no matter what they did, no matter what they think, no matter what they do, everyone all the same. And that you bring that mind as extensive, expansive, immeasurable as possible, without hostility and without ill will, meaning harmlessness, right? So you can just try to remember by heart. It's five sentences, and it's really useful in many situations when you are about to, either burst, or when you are overwhelmed with negative mind states or any kind of difficult mind state. Then you remember, just you repeat, and by repeating it, the negative mind states or the difficult mind state starts to vanish. But then you have to be persistent. It will not maybe work like in 2 minutes, but maybe 10, 20, 30 minutes, and say, oh, I'm done with chanting. I'm done with chanting. Okay, I've understood love and kindness. Oh. But yeah, it works, because if you are able to do the practice as we did, for example, and then you are overwhelmed by something and recite that text, then you will remember. And this memory will have a certain feeling, good feeling. Oh yeah, I remember how good it was to really bring out peace and love. it was good. And then already, because you have contact again with that feeling of goodness, of harmlessness, of non-ill will, non-hostility, the heart remembers. And then it compares, okay, it goes, okay, I prefer abiding in love and peace. I choose peace. And because there cannot be, the mind is a succession of mind moments, so there cannot be at the same time loving kindness and ill will. Loving kindness is actually the antidote to ill will. So you remember this sitting practice we did together. You chant, or you just recite in your mind, say, yeah, I remember. And then the more you practice, the more it will be automatic. And at some point, yes, you will have to give up completely ill will. Ill will is completely eradicated. And the third stage of enlightenment, non-return. It fades away before that at the once return stage, but it's still there. And then completely gone afterwards. After non-return, already you live without any ill will at all. Even if somebody tries to kill you or to harm you very badly, you are just unable to feel ill will for that person. It's just not, it doesn't arise at all. So there is a link between this practice and the text I wrote yesterday. It's called A World Without War is Possible. And this is something, before starting the path, that we cannot imagine as being possible. And when I'm talking about a world without war, it starts with your world inside world. And when we start to look inside, or start to be conscious of our own actions, speech, and mind state, when we start to develop mindfulness, we realize, wow, all of this is happening. And as I described, it's constant battlefield. We fight against ourselves, we fight others constantly. It wakes up us at night, and we are never at rest, never at peace. And it has been like this since 10, 20, 30, 40 years, even more. And the only way to stop these inner battles is most of the time actually to go to sensual pleasures, to experiences that are gratifying, okay, through the senses, in order to stop these inner narrative stories of me against them, of me against me, of not being good enough. So we want entertainment, we want distraction from ourselves, so that we do not hear ourselves talking about us harshly. Sometimes we are our own enemy, and we want that to stop, but we do not know how to do it. So what we do, we go outward. We want to call a friend, we want to buy this or that, we want to fill our mind with busyness, being busy, doing something, building something, creating something, so that we think about that rather than hearing our own voice. This is usually how we deal with it. And it works for a short time, for a short time only. And now I'm here to tell you that it's possible to stop that completely, to abandon that through the practice. Not only loving kindness practice, there are other practice. So concentration practice and insight practice. I've gave you the map already. How to practice insight practice. So now it's up to you. But my role here is just to tell you, ill will can be eradicated. It can be uprooted. Or it can decrease tremendously, so that you no longer fight against yourself and against others. That doesn't mean that you're no longer able to put boundaries. You won't let yourself be beat up, let's say. But you will start to live differently. Bring wisdom into your relationships. Recognize when to speak, when to stop, when to pause, what to say. Not maybe the content, but the quality of the speech and communication. And because hatred no longer arises, you will feel calmer and calmer. You will be able to sleep at night because no grudges, no resentment. Imagine your life without, okay, the day went, let's go to sleep. A bit meditation before, just maybe metta, go to sleep well, wake up. Oh, okay. Usually we remember, we remember who we have to deal with again. I'm with myself again. I woke up with myself. Oh, I'm married to myself. I want a divorce. You can't. You can't. And yeah, it can lead to depression, hating oneself. I remember myself, it was horrible. Self-hatred, being with yourself all the time and never feel love for yourself. That's a really difficult life. But it can change completely. It can change completely, developing the practice. Meditation, understanding what's going on inside, right? And I was reflecting on what I gave you already. So all the topics that I dealt with during those Dharma talks, and I say, yeah, now I talked about the 5 hindrances for meditations. I talked about at least the 2 first mental absorption. I gave you the instructions for insight practice. I gave you the maps of insights, so the different knowledges you will go through by doing the practice. I gave you how to apply right effort. I gave you the way to deal with distracting thoughts. I give you I explained the 4 stages of enlightenment. I explained why we are born and how to get out the cycle of samsara. What else? I explained what are the 10 fetters that actually bound you still into that endless cycle of suffering. I talked about what again? The 4 Brahma Viharas. I discussed also dependent origination, how consciousness propels itself into a new rebirth due to delight and craving. I try to explain the goal of the path, which is Nibbana, and which can be described actually. So among all the materials, so I gave you that knowledge. All right, I gave you that knowledge. I cannot do more. You have to practice. We did contemplation of the body, perception of the skeleton, contemplation of Vedana. I gave you explanation on the 4 foundations of mindfulness. We did forgiveness practice, healing practice, insight practice together. So it's already a lot. And you can realize that knowledge doesn't help much. Knowledge doesn't help much. So there must be knowledge in practice. And do not practice only what you like. Do not practice only the feel good. It has to be balanced. It has to be balanced. But if you want to go to stream entry, then you have to do insight practice too. I also explained the danger, gratification, escape from sensual pleasures. I also gave talks about morality and development of virtues. So you have all the ingredients. And by reviewing all of this, I realized that there is something missing. If you not have time right now, then you can go, you can live. But I will talk about that topic. I try to make it short. All right. And this is sense consciousnesses. There is in spirituality different traditions and different ways to describe or to talk about consciousness or mind. And sometimes it is said that consciousness is permanent, right? I'm a bit tired. I also talked about the 5 aggregates of clinging, right? We did also some contemplation on non-self, and I explained what non-self is or how it should be addressed. So 5 aggregates. And among those 5 aggregates, which actually characterize our experience, there is the aggregate of consciousness in Buddhism. So in other tradition, consciousness can be considered as not solid thing, but something that is which is permanent. And in the Buddha's teachings, it says that we have 6 senses. So the 5 senses that you know, and the 6 senses is the mind. And we have those sense organs. Like if I take the eye, on inside of your eye, there is a kind of wall with some sensitivity on it. I don't know how to call it. We do not want to make a biology class, but something that receives light, right? And it is that there is an eye, and there is this sensitivity to light. There is an object, and because there is an object and there is an eye, the meeting of the two leads to eye consciousness. All right, and the tree is called contact. So eye, an object, form, and leads to eye consciousness, or we can call it seeing. The same goes with the ear, right? So inside the ear, there is something that receives the sound. So there is a sound, the ear, and because the two meet, there will be ear consciousness. Same with the tongue. On your tongue, it's sensitive to tastes, right? And if a taste comes into contact with the tongue, it will give rise to tongue consciousness, taste consciousness. Inside the body, there is a body, and it's more difficult because the body is sensitive. It's not just the eye is very small. It's very small. So the sensitive part is very small. The body is more extended, and it's on the skin and also inside, right? So there is a bodily sensation. The sensitivity of the body is all around the body, even in part you are not used to touch, but all around the body, more or less, and more or less sensitive. There is intensity. Some parts are less sensitive than others. And you realize that when you start to develop awareness, you are more and more sensitive inside the body, and also in parts. So you start to have a map, a kind of 3D maps of the insides of your body. So in your body, there are bodily sensations, that comes with the body, the sensitivity of the body, and then there is body consciousness arising. Mind is the same. There is a memory. Or this is also how proliferation of mind occurs. A thought is a mind object, and because there is a thought, this mind object, and there is mind, then a kind of mind sensitivity, then the two gives rise to mind consciousness. Some say that the sensitivity of the mind is in the heart, actually. So I shouldn't do like this. Should do like this. So because in the heart there is the mind sensitivity part, and there are mind objects like thoughts, memories, sometimes some visions in the mind's eye. Then because there is mind sensitivity, those mind objects, then it leads to mind consciousness. So you can do that with the six senses, and pay attention to that, contemplate that in the daily life. What does it mean? That means that when you do not know about that, it looks like your experience is a kind of compactness of a person experiencing the world, but you cannot really explain how it works, right? But when you start to pay attention to those six sense organs that you have, and the six domains of objects, which are taste, smell, and so on, then you start to realize that indeed there are six sense consciousness and how they come in succession. And this is how we deconstruct, I would say, the fallacy of being a person who experiences the world. At some point, you will start to see only this series of consciousness. And because when you see it clearly, you realize that consciousness is not something which is permanent. And you realize also that with the when this body dies, actually, because the eye is no longer working, tongue no longer working, hearing no longer working, mind no longer working, then the six consciousness are no longer there, right? No longer mind either. So then you understand what's going on when there is no more body. And you do not get rebirth. But if you get rebirth, then this sense organ starts to re-emerge, and then all these six consciousness starts to work again, right? So it was just a very short introduction about the six sense bases and the six kind of consciousnesses. And just as an exercise, pay attention to that hearing consciousness is not the same as mind consciousness, is not the same as smell consciousness, is not the same as taste consciousness, is not the same as body consciousness. All right. And also consider that in order to have eye consciousness to arise, you need the eye. Yes, you need the eye base, but you need also an object, form. If there is form or the eye missing, then eye consciousness can no longer happen. Or if the eye doesn't work, then if you are blind, you cannot see, you cannot have eye consciousness. All right, so pay attention to that. I hope it will bring some insights. And if you have any question regarding that, please just tell me. and write to me. And if I don't forget, we might elaborate for next time about that. Let's see what happens. All right, thank you for your attention. I will close the session here. I will ring the bell 3 times. Please put your hands in front of your heart. And bow. And I thank you very much for your attention and for your practice. That was very good to practice with you. And thank you, thank you. And have a good Sunday. If you have any questions, please feel free to unmute yourself. And if you just want to leave, please feel free to leave. You're welcome. You're welcome too.